Hey guys, welcome back to the Sam and Max show. Last week we had our predictions. I went 2-2.
4-0, baby. You got some catching up to do.
A little bit. The Saints did not win like I wanted them to. That's okay. This week I'm gonna get them right.
We'll see about that.
Catch up in the 3 games that we have left. Okay, so let's jump into it a little bit.
Yeah.
We asked that offense versus defense question last video. Does it actually, which one wins the championships? And I think we got that answered.
Yeah, it's offense. It's offense in this league now. I mean, we had the number 1 offense versus number 1 defense.
Right.
Offense won. Same thing for number 2 versus number 2. Offense. Number 3 versus number 3. Offense.
It's very interesting. If you look at the offenses that we have, these top 4 teams that are left are in the top 6 offenses in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the quarterbacks left, not only is it an offensive league, it's a quarterback league at this point. And if you look at the QBs left in the playoffs, I think you can make a pretty strong argument that you have the top 4 QBs in the league this year left in the playoffs.
I'd agree. Speaking of QBs, Drew Brees and his legacy.
Yeah, I mean, he's retiring, if you believe, the reporters out there. I mean, they're never wrong, right?
Right.
But he's going to be done. Was his last season.
Yeah.
And, I think he's an all-time great. He's going to be a first-ballot Hall of Famer. And the problem with quarterback legacies these days is one guy,
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He's won so much.
Yeah.
No other guy wins this many Super Bowls, and now he's kind of set this precedent. The bar is very high.
It is. I mean, most quarterbacks, even the best quarterbacks in the NFL, historically would win 1 to 2 Super Bowls. If you were really lucky, 3 to 4. And so I think people are going to judge Brees a little harshly on the fact that he only had 1 Super Bowl win his entire career.
Yeah.
But, I think he had a successful career, and I think Saints fans, should look back pretty happily on what he did.
It's going to be weird to have a league without him.
For sure.
Okay, so how about one of our younger QBs, Lamar Jackson, and they had this rushing experiment going. Is it something that they should continue? It didn't really work too well.
Well, I don't think at this point it's a winning, way to go forward. I mean, unless you see Lamar Jackson take great strides over the next couple of seasons in his ability as a passer, I don't think this rush-based offense is the way for the Ravens to succeed in the NFL.
Yeah, I think so. It's passing dominates everything right now. Okay, let's look at our first game. We have the Chiefs versus the Bills. Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes. What's going on in this game?
Yeah, I mean, look, you have two very talented quarterbacks right here, and if we're being honest, if I were to ask you, Sam, over the next 15 years, who your 1 and 2 quarterbacks over that time span would be, would you pick anyone besides these 2 quarterbacks?
Honestly, it's got to be these 2. You have these young guys, very strong teams with them, and so much potential. I mean, here they are already. It's insane. Mahomes, though, I mean, he's got his injury thing. Is that going to be a factor in this game?
Well, first of all, let's get this clear. He's going to play. There's 0 chance that, first of all, the Chiefs are going to keep him out for any injury concerns.
Right.
And second of all, the NFL would look the other way even if there was a concussion issue because, a game with Mahomes in it means more money for the NFL.
Exactly. So. Okay. And then, the Bills, when we look at last week's game with the Chiefs versus the Browns really had success with their running game. The Bills have been mainly a passing team, but is that something that they're going to have to look into more if they want to have success here?
Yeah, I think if the Bills win, it's going to be on the back of their run game because that's the weakness with the Chiefs defense, and maybe the Chiefs team as a whole is that run defense. And the added benefit of attacking with the run game is that you keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline and you let your defense rest. And I think that's going to be needed because I think Josh Allen's an amazing QB, but even he, I don't think, could keep up in a shootout with Mahomes.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your prediction for this game?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Bills here.
Okay.
I think that Josh Allen can go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes overall, especially if they get that run game going. And outside of those 2 quarterbacks, I think the Bills have the all-around better team.
Okay, I am going to disagree with you, just, for the heck of it. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think Patrick Mahomes is, an incredible player, and I think they've been doing really well, and they're going to keep it up in this game. So our next game, your Packers versus the Bucks.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady.
Yeah.
amazing quarterbacks. What's going on in this?
Well, we get the playoff matchup we all wanted. Though I think if you were to ask people a couple of years ago where we thought this would happen, it would be the Super Bowl. I don't think anyone would believe if you said that was going to happen in the NFC Championship.
I know. Okay, so you had the matchup earlier in the season where didn't end so well for the Packers.
No.
Has something changed since then, or are we going to expect the same type of thing to happen?
Well, first of all, I think a lot has changed with the Packers. I mean, they're a much more consistent team, both defensively and offensively.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think we kind of learned that last week that, regular season success doesn't really lead to playoff success because you had the Bucks who got beat pretty handily by the Saints, not only once, but twice in the regular season. Yeah.
And then I guess it didn't turn out that way for them in this. Okay, another factor we have is home field advantage for the Packers. Is that going to really play a role in this, though?
Yeah, I think it will, because right now we see that I think the weather predictions last time I checked the weather app have below freezing,
gosh.
Chance of snow.
Yeah.
I mean, Tom Brady's been playing like he's 10 years younger than he actually is, but I think even for him, that'll make a difference.
Probably. I mean, I don't know. Playing below freezing has got to kill, but Tom Brady's also been in the game for a while, so we'll see how much.
You're right. He's probably, nothing shakes him. Probably.
Exactly. What will be interesting, though, is I expect this game to be, super high scoring. You have these incredible offenses on both sides. It's really going to be up to the defenses and a couple of stops, maybe, to turn the tide of the game.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be a shootout, I predict, and so it'll come down to maybe not just getting stops, but it could be just the team that forces field goals instead of touchdowns. And if one of these defenses can force turnovers, that'll be huge. Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, they do not throw interceptions easily. They do not turn over the ball that often. And so my guarantee here is that whatever team wins the turnover battle, whatever defense forces the most turnovers, that team will win the game 100%.
I'm going to agree with you. I think that's going to be a crucial, factor in this game is the defenses and being able to force those turnovers, which probably won't happen very much.
Yeah.
Okay, so who do you have to win this game?
I'm going the Packers, and this isn't me being biased. I'm a completely unbiased, predictor here.
Of course.
But I mean, look, we talked about how the turnover battle, and you agreed, is going to be the difference. And if you were to ask me who I think is going to be less likely to throw interceptions, I mean, statistically, this is also true. It's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers does not throw picks, and they have the better offense, and the Bucs might have a slightly better defense, but we learned last week that it's really the offense that matters.
That was a solid argument there.
Thank you.
But I am going to disagree with you, of course. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers, and I could probably explain this with 2 words.
Yeah.
Tom Brady. Gosh, man, he just wins, and that's how it always goes. I think they've got really strong offense, really strong receiving core there, and their defense is better, even if that didn't really hold true in this last set of games. That I think it's going to be a factor in this game.
I guess we'll see about that.
Yeah, we'll see if I'm right this time, hopefully. Okay, cool. So this will decide who's going to play in Super Bowl 50-something. What?
55? Maybe?
We'll go with that. Super Bowl 55. Let's see who is going to be there. I think that's everything.
Awesome.
So let's hope my predictions are right this week.
They won't be.
And, I think I'm going to start ending it with this. We're just going to go signature smile.
You can end it with that.
I think you should try it too. It's kind of fun.
All right.
The signature smile. Nice.